A sensor light is not going to fix this problem, and Democrats no longer possess the common sense to understand that not every problem in the world can be fixed with a regulation. But don't tell that to the advocacy groups who also want every future car in America to only start when the driver blows into a breathalyzer. Oh, great, my other car is a Karen. I asked Senator Adam Schiff here last week when the subject of Trump's sliding poll numbers came up. Okay, but how are the Democrats going to blow it this time? This is how. Posturing, purity tests, the politics of I unfriend you if you're not exactly with me 1,000%.
Bill Maher continues to challenge what he sees as excesses in modern progressive culture with increasing urgency. His critiques have led some to speculate that he's drifting politically, though he maintains he hasn't changed sides. What has changed, he suggests, is his tolerance for ideas he believes lack balance or common sense. The tension in that position is becoming more visible. So what sparked his latest commentary, and who found themselves in the spotlight this time? Subscribe and let's break it down.
In other uncomfortable racial news, it's sad news. We found out this week that Sydney Sweeney is a... That was just... No, she's not. But you all see the ad that she's out there. This is a very important ad that we're seeing now. There she is, dressed like Jay Leno in all blue denim. And she talks about the fact that she has blue eyes, and then she says, I have great genes, you know, because she's wearing jeans. But according to the woke people, this means that she's a white supremacist. It also doesn't help that her bra size is 36 KKK.
If you missed the latest cultural flashpoint, here's the short version. Actress Sydney Sweeney appeared in a recent American Eagle advertising campaign. A routine fashion ad, right? Not according to some online critics, who reacted with intense backlash and extreme interpretations, accusing the campaign of inappropriate messaging. Calls for boycotts followed. Maher responded by criticizing what he viewed as disproportionate outrage, arguing that the reaction said more about online culture than the ad itself. To him, it was another example of internal conflict on the left overshadowing more substantive issues.
And that the name she gave her is the Proud Boys. But other than that, I will say this, they should have been aware when they wrote this ad that this is what some people were going to think. I don't think they did it on purpose, but I also think it's pretty funny that all the online social justice girls are like, it's racist. There's no such thing as good genes. Right, and then you go on Tinder and swipe left on every bald guy.
Maher's response followed a familiar pattern. Direct, pointed, and unapologetic. He questioned what he sees as inconsistency in how cultural standards are applied, arguing that shifting definitions and constant outrage undermine the original goals of inclusion. Rather than promoting fairness, he believes these debates often spiral into endless conflict. Maher made clear that his concern isn't disagreement, but the broader impact on social cohesion. In his view, when every issue becomes a moral emergency, it leaves little room for reasoned discussion or long-term progress.
Look at the mainstream media headlines. I'm sitting here counting. 1, Washington Post, Independent, NBC News, Fox News, Salon, KTLA, Newsweek. Piece after piece after piece after piece dedicated to the supposed controversy. What is the controversy? You mean to tell me that if you put attractive women next to a product, people might want to buy it?
Yeah.
Like, that's blowing my mind. Yeah.
Maher also pointed out that the advertising strategy at the center of the controversy was hardly new. For decades, marketing has relied on visually appealing imagery to capture attention. That approach isn't groundbreaking, nor has it historically been controversial. He argued that reframing long-established practices as harmful reflects how quickly cultural norms are now reinterpreted. What once passed without notice can suddenly become a lightning rod, not because it changed, but because the lens through which it's viewed has.
New York is New York. It's definitely it's the media capital, the financial capital. It is a bellwether like no other city is in this country. So don't tell me that who the mayor of New York is doesn't matter.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second. Do you think, let's say, on the seize the means of production, do you think that the mayor, that one person, if he is a democratic socialist, do you think that he would have the power and influence to be able to, like, usher in Socialism?
He definitely has the power and influence to elect J.D. Vance or whoever is the Republican candidate next time.
After addressing the cultural debate, Maher shifted to politics, offering a warning to Democrats about future elections. He suggested that embracing candidates with highly ideological platforms could alienate moderate voters. Using a hypothetical 2028 scenario, he argued that policies like eliminating certain law enforcement agencies or imposing sweeping economic changes may appeal to activists but struggle with broader electorates. Maher emphasized that most voters prioritize practicality over theory, and he cautioned that ignoring that reality could have electoral consequences.
It is a walking commercial for the Republican Party
I think
nationally.
the Republicans are going to...
When you let the Democrats, socialists, and now they're actually calling themselves socialists, when you let them take over a major American city, this is what you get. The state-run grocery stores, which work so well in Cuba and the Soviet Union and Venezuela.
Maher further argued that leadership at the state level often serves as a preview of national ambitions. If a governor implements bold policies, voters naturally view those outcomes as a test case. Success builds credibility. Failure invites scrutiny. He pointed to how states like California and New York are frequently used as reference points in national debates. For Maher, results matter more than rhetoric. Promises alone won't persuade voters. Measurable outcomes will.
Who's the most popular politician on the left?
AOC? I don't know.
One of, but who's, Bernie is,
Bernie, yeah.
Bernie is, I mean, he's not a capitalist, you know?
No, he's not. And he's also not president.
But
never would be.
But neither is Mamdani.
No, but he will, trust me, he will be featured in the campaign commercials.
But they're going to feature people, they boogeyman everybody.
Yeah, but you don't have to boogeyman him. He does it to himself.
But they'll do it regardless. Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, but
they make anybody into boogeyman.
It has.
I think it was
just have more weight when it's real.
Maher also addressed the idea of political warnings versus fear-based rhetoric. He argued that concern becomes valid when it's grounded in evidence and past behavior. Voters, he said, naturally look at track records when evaluating leaders. Policy results, fiscal management, and governance style all factor into public trust. From Maher's perspective, skepticism isn't alarmism when it's based on observable patterns rather than speculation.
I know you've all been told that you can have it all, and you're a queen and a lady boss, and that. But maybe your judgy is no prize either. And if you jilt a guy for not thinking enough about Black Lives Matter, just tell me this. What have you actually done that made any more of a difference in any black life than what your inadequate ex-fiancé did? I asked Senator Adam Schiff here last week when the subject of Trump's sliding poll numbers came up. Okay, but how are the Democrats going to blow it this time? This is how. Posturing, purity tests, the politics of I unfriend you if you're not exactly with me 1,000%.
Turning to social dynamics, Maher commented on how politics has increasingly influenced personal relationships. He noted a growing trend where political alignment is treated as a non-negotiable factor in dating. While people are free to set their own boundaries, Maher questioned whether rigid ideological filtering contributes to greater division. He suggested that when politics overrides compatibility, empathy, and shared values, it can deepen social polarization beyond the ballot box.
The far left, what we call the woke, they seem to embrace every sort of obviously, aggressively anti-common sense thing. I can't let people who have this worm in their brain, whatever that worm is. Bobby Kennedy's not the only one with a worm in his brain. Take over this country. And I totally get that. It's just that if I had to balance the two, the left, yes, is still less fundamentally, existentially threatened.
Maher expressed concern about what he views as ideological extremes gaining influence. He questioned policies that prioritize symbolism over evidence and argued that complex issues deserve careful consideration. In areas like education, sports, and hiring, he emphasized the importance of balancing inclusion with fairness and competence. From his standpoint, progress should be measured by outcomes that strengthen trust and stability, not by how strictly ideas conform to any single ideology.
Democrats no longer possess the common sense to understand that not every problem in the world can be fixed with a regulation. But don't tell that to the advocacy groups who also want every future car in America to only start when the driver blows into a breathalyzer. Oh, great, my other car is a Karen.
In closing, Maher criticized what he sees as excessive regulation and growing bureaucracy, arguing that it can slow innovation and frustrate everyday life. While leaders often speak about freedom and empowerment, he believes policies should reflect those values in practice. His overall message was a call for recalibration. Less ideological rigidity, more practical problem-solving. Maher insists he hasn't abandoned his principles. He's responding to what he sees happening around him. And with that, we wrap up today's video. If you found the discussion engaging, subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.